What's up, Bama fans? What's happening? Your man Steven Smith here, the Bama Standard Network. What's going on? Fall camp in full swing for your Crimson Tide. And what I'm going to be doing here is giving you guys updates, what's happening in fall camp from trusted, credible sources that bring me the information. So the biggest thing happening right now early in the ball game is we've got some position battles on the offensive line. And according to close sources here, the two biggest battles going on up front in the trenches are at left guard and at right tackle. The offensive line, we heard this all season last year, how it was not up to par, how Alabama could not run the football the way it wanted to. And this is the reason why you no longer have Chris Kapolovic, you no longer have Doug Marrone, you no longer have Eric Wolford. You have two guys in here with Adrian Clem and Richard Owens trying to get this right in terms of the offensive line play. But the battles here at left guard and right tackle. So at right tackle, you got Javen James, the transfer from Mississippi State. He allowed only 3 sacks and 865 pass snaps a season ago for the Bulldogs. Had a good spring here for the Crimson Tide, especially in pass protection. Want to see what he becomes here as a run blocker, but he is battling Nick Brooks, the transfer from Texas right now for that right tackle spot. Nick Brooks, I believe it's 6'7", 349 pounds, and here's somebody that has not gotten a lot of conversation, but it's got size, got talent, got ability, definitely got the frame on him to be a very good right tackle for the Crimson Tide. So we'll definitely keep an eye there on that battle between Javen James, who has experience coming from Mississippi State, and Nick Brooks from Texas at that right tackle position. At the left guard spot, this is pretty interesting here, people, because you've got Will Sanders, who has playing experience at Alabama, young man out of Brookwood High School. But then you also have Mal Waldrop, former 3-star from the state of Alabama. They're battling for that left guard spot. Now, what's intriguing here, going back in the spring practice, Kalen DeBoer mentioned that Waldrop's been coming on strong, been picking things up, been developing well, getting the grasp of things. But now he's saying Mal Waldrop is positioning himself to take that job at left guard. So now the heat's on. It's a battle between him and Will Sanders. And the thing you want where an offensive line is concerned, you want your best 5 guys. You don't really care who they are. You don't really care about classification. You just want the best 5 guys on the field that can mash and maul, that can run block, that can man block, that can gap block, that can protect the quarterback. You just want an offensive line that means business.
We interrupt this awesome video to talk about our biggest sponsor, Prize Picks, America's #1 sports picks application. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy sports platform distinctly separate from sports betting. The app is really easy to use. Pick more or less on a few player stats to create a lineup. Pick stats for individual players, points, yards, strikeouts, all that good stuff. Pick the winner, spread, and total on any major game. Hey, and it's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. So sign up, download the app, enter the promo code STANDARD, and get $150 in lineups instantly when you play your first $5 plus lineup. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Now back to this awesome video.
So right now, the #1 guy you know has a starting spot regardless is Michael Carroll at right guard, because he's got the most experience playing at Alabama of anybody on this line. So Michael Carroll's penciled in. You just pencil him down. He's right there at right guard. Ain't nothing happening with him. At left tackle, there's Jackson Lloyd, of whom Ryan Grubb was very high on back in spring practice. I'm excited to see how he improves the hand strike, the hand placement, the hand technique, being more physical there and protecting the blind side of the quarterback. So left tackle looks more like It will be Jackson Lloyd. Right guard's already found. Left tackle's already found. You look at that center position, it's going to be Rayson Delgatti, the transfer from Cal Poly. He was at that spot all spring for Alabama. So the two battles here, right tackle and left guard. That's what we have, and that's what our eyes will be on. At that left guard spot, who takes over, whether it's Will Sanders or Mal Waldrop, and at that right tackle spot, who takes over, whether it's Javin James or Nick Brooks. So this is something I will do, folks, every week throughout fall camp, is come in here, break down position battles and what's happening in terms of Alabama football in fall camp from trusted sources, credible people feeding me this information. This is yours truly, Stephen Smith of the Bama Standard Network.